Hello, everyone. I'm author Dharma Kelleher. I write crime thrillers and urban fantasy where queer women kick ass. And today I'd like to talk about rough drafts. A lot of authors feel shame about their rough drafts. We'll look them over, especially once we get to the editing stage or the revising stage, and we see all the awkward dialogue, the clumsy descriptions. We'll see the story going nowhere. We'll find scenes that just have no tension whatsoever. And we're like, oh, this is a shitty rough draft. And we feel shame about that. Well, I'm here to tell you, you don't have to feel shame. I know that author Anne Lamott, in her book Bird by Bird, dedicated an entire chapter to what she calls shitty first drafts. But your first drafts are not shitty. They're just rough. I like to think of rough drafts as where we get to play. We get to play the game, what if? What if there was this kind of character and they needed to get this, or they needed to go someplace? They needed to find a golden ring or get rid of the golden ring. What if their niece has been kidnapped by outlaw bikers? It's just a chance to play. There's no right or wrong answers. We don't have to worry about elaborate descriptions or perfect story arcs or scene arcs or exactly the right amount of tension in our scene. We get to do whatever we want. It's a chance to experiment. We get to know our characters more than we thought we did, especially if we're writing a second or third or fourth book in the series. We get to pull and imagine, what if they had this in their backstory? And we can take that in new directions. How does this complicate matters? That's all rough drafts are. Sometimes when we get to the revising stage, we'll look back at our rough drafts and we'll cringe and realize, oh no, this section of the story, maybe it's an entire chapter, maybe it's several chapters, and we realize we have to completely rewrite them because what we tried, what isn't working, that's okay. There are no wasted words. All those words that you wrote that didn't work were what you had to write in order to get to where you are, to write the scene or sections or chapters or whatever to where it does work, to where it does engage the reader in a way that you want it to. I've written an entire manuscript and realized, you know what? I thought I wanted to write this in first person, and now I realize I want to write it in third. It's frustrating, it can feel tedious, but that's part of the process. My goal as a writer isn't just to get words out or publish books, it's to enjoy the process, whether it's writing the rough draft or editing or writing the book description or whatever it is. I've learned to enjoy the process wherever I am in the process. So if you're writing, whether you're on book 1 or book 0 or book 200, wherever you are in your writer journey, learn to enjoy the process. Your rough drafts are not shitty, they're simply rough. They are the raw material that you're going to use to turn this manuscript into your first or your next masterpiece. So cut yourself a little slack, give yourself a little grace, and enjoy the writing process. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope I haven't rambled too much. I know I tend to do that. I'm kind of new at this whole vlogging thing. Bear with me. And if you do enjoy this, give it a like. Consider subscribing. And if you are a reader and you enjoy crime thrillers or urban fantasy where queer women kick ass, I encourage you to pick up one of my books at dharmakelleher.com. The link is in the book description down below. Happy reading and happy writing.